Today is Tuesday, March 29th, 2011. What you folks are looking at is called a concretion. What a concretion is, it's an object that over time it grows. What it does is these little sand particles, granules or whatever, granules, attach themselves to fossils, and over a period of time this concretion grows. These here are called fracture plates, because as the concretion grows it fractures itself so it can continue growing. A geologist from the Pagosa Springs Forest Service come over here last year and looked at this concretion. It's not a rock, it's a concretion, and he was very amazed at what he saw. That's how come I know what it is. Concretions are normally turtle shaped, not round, as you see this one here, and he said he's never seen one as large. And what makes this one more unique than any other concretion, and even amazed him, the geologist, was a stitch line that goes from here, as you can see the little dots there, all the way over to there. Looks to appear to be an incision of some sort. See, we can't move in on that a little bit. Now you can see the incisions on this concretion. I'll get some measurements for you folks here in a little bit. But those are not made by anybody I know, and the geologists cannot explain it. Once again, these are stitches going halfway across a concretion. Now this concretion is very, very dense. It takes at least 7 strong men and a dolly to lift this concretion up. Some say it weighs more than an engine block. Let's get some measurements here. That's about 1 foot 5 inches tall. Come on. About right there. And it's about 1 foot 6 to 7 inches wide. And this incision goes from here to here, and the incision itself is approximately 2 feet 2 inches long, or 25 inches long. Now check out these here stitch markings for you people who want to do the math out there. Okay, you have a hole here, hole here, hole here, stitch line right there. The holes are inconsistent, meaning they're not uniformly, they're vary in different widths. Go here to here. And now they're almost an inch, a little underneath an inch apart. You gotta go from there to there. From there to there. Let's do a whole thing. Approximately 5 feet 1 inch in diameter. As it says, the total weight is unknown. It says 6 to 7 grown men can barely lift this. I had to have it brought over here and placed in this here with a forklift. That's where some of these wear marks right here come from. It's from it sitting on the forks. Anyways, zoom in on that incision there, since that's the main talk whenever people come over here to my house. As you can see, the stitch marks there. There's no trickery here. There is no chisel work that has been done on this. This is a very, very unique, interesting concretion. Alright, so this is American. It's a Stanley 25 inches. Okay, see the stitch line here? See, we can't zoom into that crack. See that crack right there? Goes all the way around this rock. Concretion, excuse me. Wow, look at those grain particles, sand particles. Going out of focus now. So we zoom away, now you can see it more and more. This here was done with a sledgehammer. That crack there was already there, but that was done with a sledgehammer about 5 times the 12-pound sledge. I was being a dumbass, didn't know what it was, wanted to crack it open. But that's as far as I got with some serious swings with a 12-pound sledge. We've since quit beating on it. Come on. So here's a fracture plate. Once again, you still see the stitch line on this concretion. Those are not made by any man-made person or object that we know of, because the dots, this here, and then this huge line that goes into the concretion itself. But here's a fracture plate. Yes, it does take 7 people to pick it up, but if you hold a basketball, yeah, that little point right there, it turns. You just can't pick it up. This is glue of some sort. Someone decided they want to use this to glue some boards together. But as you can tell, this here is defined with some well defined grooves in here on the fracture plate itself. But the reason why it's top here, son of a bitch, is smooth right here. It's because the geologist says as long as it's out of the ground, this concretion theoretically is dying. It needs to stay underneath the ground. He's estimated this concretion to be around 90 million years old. There's appears to be a fossil right here and another one right here. See if I can't get this turned around. Says you can roll it, but you can't pick it up. But it'll roll. So if anybody out there can get me some information about this concretion, I'd be very obliged. It's supposed to be fossils right there and in there, then over in here, of which the sand granules attach themselves to the concretion. See if I can't flip that damn thing back around. Oops. Okay. That concrete pad was poured just for that concretion. And this past winter, that whole pad sunk down about 1.5 inches because of the weight of this concretion. Let me see. Roll it back in there. Where's the crack? It's right here. Ah, fuck. My darn. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. Once again, you can twist it and turn it. You just can't pick it up. It's as heavy as. Gotta get this in the light. Okay. There we go. Once again, this is a several 100-pound round concretion, believed to be the only one like it in the world, complete with ancient type stitching, which we're going to let you folks check out. Right there. Some measurements. And then the stitches appear to be from hole to hole here, about 1/2 inch apart. Here and here. Once again, this is a incision type thing on this concretion, and that crack right here, this crack in here where his incision is, has actual depth to it. You can see part of the way down into this line, followed by these odd looking things, so you can even stick that in the incision a little bit. This here is usually lighter color, but because of the weathering and the quick deterioration of the rain and the snow, I put a brick and concrete sealer on it, and it holds the grain particles together around this concretion to slow down its deterioration. So we have just in this one spot right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's the line right there in the middle. 7, 8. So let's just focus on these 3 right here. Get some measurements for you. Those 3. 1, 2, 3. Is a little over an inch, about 1.25 inches long between these 3. And there's several of them. Like it says, it goes way down there, over 2 feet. Do the math. But once again, this is a concretion, believed to be a concretion. And if anybody knows any information, this is from my kid. Please let me know. Let's share it here on YouTube. But if anybody can explain this incision, that's glue, construction glue, of how that would be there, I would like to know. Give you a look-see at some more of this. Some people have called it an alien egg, a dinosaur turd. Some people claim that if it gets busted open, it'll unleash a plague for real. That is just an ancient time bomb of some sort. I like the dinosaur turd myself. 90-million-year-old dinosaur turd with stitches. So share this with your friends. If you know any rock geniuses, concretion geniuses out there, ancient alien explorers, please forward this video to them so get some form of explanation as to why this concretion has these stitchings on it. Once again, these here were done by a Sledgehammer. That's where those marks come from right there. It's from a Sledgehammer. It's from my kid. This crack isn't from the Sledgehammer. It was there, but that chip missing was. But we quit hitting it with the Sledgehammer a long time ago. We figured out that there was more to this concretion than it was. So once again, if anybody knows anything out there that can help identify this concretion and explain those odd stitch marks, I'd appreciate it. Flip it around here. Kind of looks like the moon. So the stitching begins. There is stitching here, but the line goes all the way to here. It's worn off here because of the rain and everything. That's why it's more evident here on this side. But when I first obtained possession of this about 8 years ago, this concretion that was more defined all the way out to here. And it says, oh, this is weathered away. So once again, if anybody out there can give any information as to this unique specimen of a concretion, and more so explain these type of stitchings and what this is all about, sure help answer a lot of questions everybody has about this concretion. Once again, it's a alien thingy, dinosaur turd, you name it. But there it is. So send me your information. If you know of a university or a college that knows something about this type of stuff, please forward this to them as well, and hopefully we'll all meet here on YouTube and figure this object out.